Fortunately, that's really just the reality of it all. And I'm officially checking in over here at Moments with Us. You all check in. Let us know where you're watching from and how you are doing. Of course, I'm checking in from Northern New Jersey. Back to the personal situation. Let's head into this Dollar Tree over here, Maplewood. Also A plus. These past few years showed me. Hey family, welcome back to another video. This is Shauna and I'm officially checking in over here at Moments with Us. You all check in, let us know where you're watching from and how you are doing. Of course, I'm checking in from Northern New Jersey. We're gonna jump right into today's video. There are some comments that I kind of want to make a video for. I kind of want to touch base because I want everyone's feedback that do tune in. Definitely some controversial kind of stuff going on in here. And I'm not going to say I don't agree with some of these comments because I really agree. It's just that my perspective is probably a little bit different from some people, though a lot of y'all are really on the same page. So we're going to jump right into today's video. If you are new here, please go ahead and check in. Let us know where you are tuning in from. My throat, like, excuse me. Let us know where you're tuning in from, how you're doing, how your week been, and hopefully, everything is all well with all of you. So jumping straight into some of these comments here. A lot do coming from Zefcha, a lot through coming from Pat, a lot do coming from Miss Tonette, and definitely happy grandma for Ruth P. Definitely see a lot of new people over here as well. So I want to thank you all definitely for being here. Like I said, if you are new here, you find yourself enjoying today's video, all you have to do is subscribe and turn your notification bell on so you will not miss an upload. So jumping right into that first comment that I did want to touch base on, which is Zefcha. Thank you for always coming through and sharing your opinion with us. So the video that we did recently, I think it was our Saturday video, was basically what we need to know. I'll go ahead and link that here. If you do want to go ahead and check that out. So Zefcha, we was talking about how federal funding is basically they're trying to take away a lot of the federal funding programs, especially when it comes down to Medicaid, unfortunately. So I was saying how, like, with Medicaid, there's some families that actually need and actually rely on Medicaid. And I think it's pretty messed up that they're doing it just because the system was created for a reason, right? So Zefcha did come in and she did share how she disagreed. And of course, we did not have federal funding back in the day. Like today, many families do have Medicaid. Zefcha said, we've gotten too spoiled. Nothing has changed. Always had autism, cancer, immunizations. It was always just those different words. And Zefcha, you know what? I can agree with you. I'm not going to say I do not agree with you because I definitely agree with you. The only thing is, back then, yes, same things that you mentioned did, it was a problem. There's always been a problem, even back then. The issue is now, I think that when it comes down to these, I'm not going to say just diagnosis, when it comes down to like cancer and autism, from back then and now, things gotten worse. And I believe, only my belief, certain things been created to get worse for a reason. I think that there was a system created for people to always need. You understand? So there's a system. I'm not going to say it's just for a certain group of people because it's not. It is to keep certain people and families and groups of people down. Yes, but it's so many families, whether you're black, whether you're white, whether you're a minority, whether you're Hispanic, it really doesn't matter. There's so many families nowadays that's dependent on some type of form of government assistance. And I think that it was meant to be that way because when they come and snatch it all away, everyone's going to be screaming for help, that we're going to have to accept any and everything that they go ahead and try to hand to us.
And that's just my opinion. Because people became so dependent, even if they didn't need it. I'm not gonna say everyone that's on assistance needed it. They qualified maybe just by, you know what I'm saying? But did they need it? I don't know. I'm not here to judge and ask and get into everyone's situation. But it's going to come to a point where most people will need help. I'm not going to say everyone. Most people will need the help. And when they snatch away all of these federal funded programs, you know, and they saying there's nothing with the Medicaid situation. They're saying, well, there's nothing else for them to turn to. Oh, it's going to be something else for people to turn to. But it's going to be a different setup. Y'all, my allergies. I'm sorry, y'all. 1 second. I believe that it's going to be a different setup. And people are going to be so hurt and can't make it and basically hanging on to strings to survive. They're going to snatch any type of whatever that's handed to them to basically stay afloat. Whether it's that universal, I know what I'm saying? Whether it's that universal, you know, health insurance, you know, that universal money, or one world this or one world that. I don't even want to get too far into it because we some of us know where this is going. Some of us know. But like I said, yes, we've always had issues with autism, cancer, ADHD. It's just that this stuff have gotten too out of hand. You know, and then families, you know, even with the job insurance, they can't afford to make sure their kid or elderly mother or whoever to keep going to the doctor. You know, every little thing that they make will go on doctor bills, and that's a big problem. I think when it comes down to issues like this, we need to start at the root of the problem. Why things cost so much? Why is it that the average family can't even pay to survive? Like, why can't we afford to survive? Basically, why is it that so many people need assistance? Let's start at the root of the problem. Are the jobs paying enough? Is there enough jobs available? You know, the working family shouldn't, always said it, should not have to work 3 jobs just to survive. It's pretty screwed up. Start at the root of the problem. They say get the people out and get the right people in. Not when that whole thing is controlled too. But Zepcha, yes, I definitely, you know, I'm here with you. But I think that, you know, we need to get to the root of the problem. Pat Bethia, I am happy to hear that you did receive your Medicaid a week ago. Happy to hear that, because when people need it, they need it. That's how I feel. If you need it, you need it. And if it's going to help you, let it help you. At least while it's here. Why not? Why not? It's just a pretty messed up situation, just because a lot of the funding was given. And of course, and I'm sure that they plan for the future to take it all away, to have people, you know, on their hands and knees begging for help. There's going to be so many families on the street. It's ridiculous. And who knows? It could be you. It could be me. It could be anybody. I'm talking to who's ever watching. It could be anyone. But are we prepared for that? You know, you can have a house paid off, mortgage, you know, everything. You can have everything paid off. And the way that the cyber world is, it only takes for a click of a button for somebody to go into the system and just mess everything up and say you owe X amount of money. That's why I always say, they be like, oh, go electronic for everything, you'll be fine. You better keep your documents. Keep your documents. Keep those paper documents. I am telling y'all, keep it. So Raven Lab said this is a nice time to go ahead and start collecting your herbs, your bark, and your roots for those tinctures. So if you are a natural person, it's a good time to go ahead and make sure you have everything you need. If you kind of laid back, you know what I'm saying, you took a break just to breathe, listen, that break is over. It's time to go ahead and get your medications and everything that you'll possibly need stockpile. One thing I can recommend is boosting your immune system. If you are like a regular healthy person, if you are a person who do suffer from any real diseases, or just any health issues in general. If you can work on it, definitely work on it. If you do need whatever medications that you're going to be needing, if you can get a stock of those medications or look for substitutes that's similar to those medications, definitely get those now, especially if you do rely on Medicaid, because I would hate for Medicaid to go ahead and cut people out and they have not did what they had to do, to make sure that they're good in the near future. All right, and I think that's Shawan Davis. If I'm saying it wrong, I'm saying it wrong. If I'm saying it right, I hope I am. So they came in and said, yes, in North Carolina, I work in healthcare, and patients can get the same brand meds, or they have no refills and have to call the doctor's office to get refills for different meds like nose sprays, inhalers. Those are some great items to actually have on hand. Medicaid patients, of course, they cannot get the same, that branded medication. Is always typically, I'm not going to say always, it's typically that off-brand medication for Medicaid patients. So thank you, Shawan Davis 9603, for coming through and sharing that with us. But yeah, like that nose spray, you can still go to Dollar Tree and get the nose spray. For inhalers, work on using air purifiers around your house if you have to. And that is what it is. Yaddy Monkeo 294 always come through and say good morning, good afternoon, whatever time of the day it is when they watch. So is it morning? Good morning to you. Thank you so much for always coming through, even if it's just to say hello. I really do appreciate it, and I appreciate it. Good morning to you as well. Darla Click 5805 came through and said they don't care about us. Oh, I know. They don't care about us. Ain't no love shown over here, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Pat Theo always come through to drop a comment and definitely always say hello as well. So I want to thank you guys for that as well. But it's definitely just some mixed feelings when it comes down to, them snatching everything away that's federally funded. Some people say, well, good. Well, maybe they can go ahead and, maybe people in general can go ahead and take it back to the way it used to be. I think that people are so locked in, and they're meant to be locked in general, that we can't go back to how it used to be. Maybe some people really didn't have that bringing up, you know what I'm saying, to even know what to do, the old school way. Because we're here. You know what I'm saying? Some people are locked in right here at that moment, and just in this moment, that they don't know nothing else. So it's pretty screwed up. That's my honest opinion. It's just pretty darn screwed up. But now is the time to go ahead and learn some things. I mean, almost everyone have access to internet. Everyone have access to these federally funded, not everyone, but a lot of people have access to these federally funded programs right now, to get their health and everything in order that needs to be getting in order. That's just my tip. If you do have it, use it before you lose it. That's it. And it's not just Medicaid. I'm hearing a lot about the SNAP, but we're not going to go ahead and jump into that in this particular video. So when it comes down to like the food stamps, housing, I've been hearing some things about, is this stuff really going to happen? Who knows until it happens, right? But get your things in order just in case. And that's why you prepare. You prepare, just in case. You want to stay ahead of the game, not too far off. And it is what it is. If you guys enjoyed today's video, I want you to go ahead to share your insight. Do you guys feel as if people should just get used to it, let it go, and basically get back to the roots of things, how it used to be? If you want something, you definitely have to work for it. But what about so many people that's just so disabled they can't do nothing? And they really rely on this Medicaid and whatever else assistance they receive. What about people that did work all their life and wind up getting hurt or just develop some type of crazy, health issue? And now guess what? They're relying on Medicaid and Medicare and whatever, whatever health insurance, just because their work insurance or work comp or whatever, it's not going to cover their current health issue. They had to stop working. You know, I try to put everything into, perspective. I can't put one person's situation and say it's for the whole world, because the world is filled with different colors, different people, different situations, different life stories. How y'all feel though? Do y'all feel as if, well, good, federal funding should be cut? If you want something, you work for it, or you feel like in between? Y'all gotta let me know. Y'all gotta let me know. But for those of you who did share your opinion, like I said, I'm not gonna say I disagree, because I don't disagree, but I'm kind of in the middle. I just have a different perspective about things, and I see things differently, and I try to, have an open mind when it comes down to, these situations. I try to have an open mind, and look at everything from every possible situation and or angle. That's just it, y'all. I'm going to leave this video right here where it's at. If you did enjoy today's video, definitely go ahead and subscribe if you are new. And if you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back. Until next time, I'm just keeping it real. This is Shauna, and I'm officially checking out from Moments with Us. Make sure you all stay prepped, stay blessed, stay safe, and most of all, remain beautiful queens and kings. Don't forget to like, comment, and share with your friends and family, as well as subscribe. Peace out. Y'all enjoy. Love you all, and God bless.